Eve Radio Live, powered by TCS Wi-Fi.
Just this afternoon we're going to the beach with Rose, Travelbug Rose. Hello Rose, how's it going?
Hello, fine and you?
I'm good. What is with this weather here in the garden route today? Misty, warm, cold, what are you doing? What's happening?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I was telling you a little bit before, is we have such intricate microclimate systems here. And as paragliders, we have what we call stable and unstable weather. And normally when it's stable weather is when your gust factor, your wind factor is similar. And then there doesn't much go on in the flow of air. So basically it's got the heat from the mountain and the coolness from the ocean, which I think the southeasterly brings in quite a lot of. It's like mistiness on the coastline.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very intricate. Once you start flying paragliders, you actually learn more about weather than you do about flying.
Very interesting. Very interesting explanation. Now, Rose, this afternoon we're talking. Last week we spoke about glamping. That was so nice. So this week we're talking about your favorite beaches, not bitches, beaches on the garden route. And I can't wait.
I'm your favorite beach.
Yes, you are one of my favorite beaches. Oh my gosh!
I hope he's listening. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's fun. It's fun. It's internet radio. We're allowed to do that. Listen, and I'm the boss, so. Rose, I want to ask you a question quickly. Where are you coming to us from this afternoon? Wilderness?
Yeah, no, I'm just in Wilderness again today. I've had some work here today. So I've been up in Hookville and I've been down to the Wilderness. I'm just once again sitting at the green shed, which is what we call a office. I call them offices.
Oh.
It's your coffee office.
Oh, I love it.
So
I've never heard that one.
You buy coffee. Yeah.
Your coffers, okay. So you're coming to us from your coffers in Wilderness, and now you're going to tell us about your favorite beaches here on the garden route. Can't wait to hear, because it's almost time to take it back to the beach, that kind of December vibe. We're feeling it already, absolutely. Almost.
I've decided to talk about beaches this week because on Sunday I actually went to Buffalo Bay. And I was going to go and fly there, and it was way too strong. But we just kind of, when you travel in the garden route, you tend to throw in everything. You throw in a jacket, you throw in sheep boots and slip-slops and a short and a costume and towel. You have your whole little wardrobe in the back of your car because you never know what the weather is going to be doing.
Yes.
But we were at Buffalo Bay sitting there, and I just kind of looked at this ocean, and I was like, you know what? Today I'm actually going to have a swim. Put my cozy on and actually went and had a lovely swim. It was initially a little bit cool, and then I got into the water and I actually spent about half an hour in that ocean just playing like a child. And I just decided, I haven't been in the ocean, and it's such a good feeling. It's so good for the soul. And we are nearing the time now where summer is approaching. So I thought we'd just talk about a few little beaches along the garden route, which is my favorite, or a few of us favorites. Beaches are an interesting thing. Normally when people think of a beach, I think of taking their suntan lotion and the umbrella and going lying in the sun and having a big tan. And I think about beaches as a potential walk, especially at low tide, or just to go and enjoy it. So I've decided to just talk about a few of my favorites because of what they actually have to offer. And one of them is, let's start. Shall we start from Mossel Bay side? I think
yes.
my favorite kind of beaches in that part of the world is probably Bochum Spy, Fleer Spy. Fleer Spy is extremely. It's a tiny little place. I don't let many people in. I don't let people really in. But Bochum Spy kind of links up with it. And you can actually walk along the beaches low tide. And eventually when you get to the Fleer Bay side, you've got little rock pools. And it's really very family oriented. And there's kind of a rift inside the Bay area there, which makes it fun. And I had my grandkids there the other day. So they were playing on the beach and collecting shells and little things like that. It was really nice. It's also very quiet, and there's not too many, not too much disturbance if you enjoy that kind of environment.
Rose,
a nice quiet beach.
Rose, I can't believe you're an Oma already, hey? You must be the most adventurous granny in South Africa, if not the world. It must be so cool. Hey, there goes Granny in the air, skydiving. I mean, paragliding, sorry. But it's so cool. Yeah, I can't believe you're a granny. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. You can carry on.
No worries. And then from there on, let's go. Mossel Bay and Santos Beach is the real. Actually, I've taken a picture one day at Santos Beach, and when I posted it, someone were like, "Where? Wow! Is that on an island somewhere?" And it wasn't on an island. It's actually just in Mossel Bay.
Wow.
The umbrellas and the white sands. So Mossel Bay is a very nice family-oriented beach, and if you're that person who likes beach, we're loaded around, surrounded by people, and you want a bit of a vibe, then that's probably the perfect little beach to go to. And then I really enjoy the Fruitbok area as well. Those kind of the mouth and things there. I love swimming in those mouths and just enjoying the beaches over there. It's very beautiful. And then of course, our little Vic Bay. Vic Bay is another little bay that is very popular for surfers, and probably one of the most renowned little beaches on the Garden because of the surfing community, which is great. From there we move to Wilderness Beach. Wilderness is a little bit of once we get to Wilderness and Sedgefield, beaches get a little bit tricky. So, swimming on those beaches or in that ocean, take great care of where you swim and take heed of where reptiles and things like that. But the beach is on its own, just basically and merely starting from Linky's Klip. You can literally walk on a low tide from Linky's Klip all the way to Buffalo Bay. And those beaches, especially Linky's Klip, I've walked Linky's Klip to Kleinkrans, and that's about 10 kilometers. And from Kleinkrans to Sedgefield at Lonely Beach, it's about 15 kilometers walk as well. But along those beaches, if you don't want a long walk like that, you're welcome just to have a little short in low tide. Put your feet in the water. There's some places that have, that are dog friendly. A lot of the locals go, and it's like a community of people just on the beaches, and they're just enjoying each other's company, having a chat and a catch up, and maybe just sometimes, watching the dolphins and the whales. These days I have seen humpbacks breaching probably 6 times at once, in a minute or so, or you see the bottlenose dolphins. I've actually saw a humpback dolphin on the Wilderness,
wow.
kind of in between the humpback dolphin, in between the bottlenose dolphins. And so when I posted something about it, I found out that it actually is quite common for them to go out with bottlenose dolphins. So that was quite interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
And of course, I think this beach is probably one of my favorite. Which is the little Sedgefield beach, which is basically from Swartvlei to Heracus. I have never in my life. That is every single time at low tide. I think that must be the biggest treat. You park your car, you walk down to the Swartvlei beach, and you walk all along that beach at low tide, and you go and explore the rock pools and just sit there. And then you can snorkel there, and you can. I've sat there in a little rock pool, played with an octopus for hours.
Wow! Really?
And you kind of, and I've seen amazing things up there as well. If you just take a moment and sit still, you actually see quite a lot. So I think Heracus probably by far my most favorite beach in the whole of the Gardens. I don't know why. It's just very, very nice. And of course then we go to Maoli and Kola and all along the Gokama district which we go, the Hokama mouth is a great place. I mean, Hokama river mouth is a lot of times families go in there, and when the mouth is closed, it actually, or even when it's open sometimes, it makes these shallows, and a lot of young kids, it's a perfect place for young children to go, families and young children to go play, because it's so safe. Same as a Sagefield mouth. I mean, we know that Sagefield mouth is like holiday entertainment of note. I mean, it's like the public swimming pool is the Sagefield mouth. It's always there. Yeah. And it's wonderful. And then, of course, Buffalo. I think Buffalo Bay for me is the ultimate kids beach. You can walk from Renton to Buffalo Bay. It's 5 kilometers walk along there, and Buffalo Bay, just, I don't know, it's got such a nice vibe. It's got the kids beach on the one side and the fishing on the other side, and the surfing and the supping, and in May, June, you get the southern lights coming in, the kayaks going out to see them.
Stunning.
You even have a few white shots, but Buffalo Bay is also like one of the most ultimate family beaches for me. I recommend it to anybody, and we know it because it's quite busy. And of course, sometimes in summer we fly there as paragliders as well. It's not very interesting, or it gets boring a little after about, if you go up and down 26 times and the small ridge, and you're like, okay, now I'm bored. So. I think I still think that we should have a surfing contest there at least once a year, or surfing like weekend or something like that. Or surfing the festival thing in Buffalo Bay. It will actually be perfect because it draws a great community.
Yeah.
And of course, then we got Brenton, and Brenton has got the normal Brenton beach, but my other favorite there is the Fisherman's Walk. And the Fisherman's Walk is when you go up to Brenton on Sea to the top, and there's a little walkway, and then there's actually a whole stairway. You go right down to the bottom of the on the ocean. It's quite a climb. And once you get to the bottom, I normally take a backpack, and I take a bit of my little coffee maker, and I go down there and I sit down there and I just walk down there and I explore the caves, all of those fossilized dunes, of course, from wilderness, from the Caimans right through to Brenton, to the heads of Knysna, is some of the highest vegetated fossilized, or is the highest vegetated fossilized dunes in South Africa. And they have these beautiful rock formations. I've discovered a cave down there. I've sat there in rock pools. I've plucked oysters, and you can just sit there, and you just really, really pretty it. And make sure it's low tide, of course, because it's obviously you can almost walk right back to Yelpsa Bay, and then go up onto the Brenton Beach, which is a nice beach walk. But there's little pools, rock pools, and things like that as well, which is lovely. And then, of course, we have to hop over to the other side after the heads. And Bollard Bay. I mean, it's not really a beach, but Bollard Bay is almost like a beach for us in the estuary, because that's a great place to go and swim and then just cool down. Especially, I think a lot of the local kids love Bollard Bay. It's enclosed, not far, they can get there easily. It's perfect temperature in summer, in low tide. You can walk from over to Bollard Bay right over to the heads and back if you wish. It becomes like almost like a little Greek island.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of. So, yeah. And then, of course, we have to hop over to Plet. And I think Plet always reminds me of the teenage beaches,
Yeah.
I think.
I get that same vibe.
The hip. Yeah, you get the hip. It's all hip and cool.
Yeah.
Especially in the Plettenberg Bay. And we've had amazing stuff organized in Plet before. With events, and when they still had the bubbly and wine festival. I mean, that was like on the beach, and it's just beautiful, and it's kind of in the protected bay area, so it's lovely. And and of course the ski boats from there, and the whale watching water launches from there, and there's always people. It's always busy. It's always very cool. People are more hip. It's almost I get that kind of vibe. So it's a very cool vibe. And then, of course, you hop over to the other side, which is on Keurboom's. And Keurboom's is, it's also, it's more quiet. but it's also more family orientated. And of course, you get that beautiful arch on the Kerbums there. If you approach that at low tide, and go hike all the way to the mouth of the river there, and you'll see the arch, and it's beautiful. A lot of people go and take photographs there of the arch. So yeah, that's quite pretty. And of course, then we have Nature's Valley, and Nature's Valley is a very special place. I mean, it's got that huge estuary, and it's got its own little it's where the Otter Trail ends. So it's got a very natural feel to it. It's almost like a forest is next to the mouth, and the mouth is right there in the ocean. So it's got that whole a different kind of vibe there. And then, of course, and then there's more rock formations until we get to Storms River. Storms River, I don't know, we still find who it belongs to, but we'll claim it for a little bit. Yeah, because Storms River, I mean, you get these huge gashes, and then you get to Storms River mouth. And it's not really a beach, it's more like a rocky outcrop. But there, in the Storms River mouth, there are a few beaches, little tiny beaches, if you do the mouth trail on there, and you can actually go and sit there and just relax. It's really pretty. All in all, very picturesque, and I mean, we are so lucky. And a nice thing about our beaches is that we still have extreme pristine. It's not it hasn't 3 million people on it. Beaches are still quite clean. My one concern is that with some of my walks, I walked at Platbank, which is just the other side of Sedgefield. I walked from Platbank to just before the oyster banks, to the fossilized footprints, and I must say I was completely shocked to see how much plastic has actually washed out, and that's marine protected area. Yeah, and there's no people on the beach. It's just that it washes out, and a lot of it is from ships passing.
Oh, no.
A lot of Chinese boats and a lot of, things like that, and of course, then we call them what they call nurdles. So if you go to the beach and you find these little tiny little plastics, it's quite sad. I mean, that's that's just a plastic in me. It's a hard thing. I really don't like it, and what it's doing to us. But we're still lucky enough to have these beautiful, pristine beaches. So if you are a beachcomber, or if you are a lover of the oceans and the beach walks, go and enjoy our beautiful beaches, and let's keep them clean. I normally take a little packet with me, as always, and try and pick up as much little plastics and things. I think it's kind of a human consciousness thing. So try and keep our beaches clean, pristine, and the way we want to leave it for the future of our kids or our grandkids.
And also, we want to keep our blue flag status. So, please. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, blue flags are very important. I think Pledge is the one who holds the highest amount of blue flags in the Garden Route.
Yes, you're right. As far as I know, that's fantastic.
I think they have 5 or 6, something like that. Yeah.
Sure, that's a lot. Listen, Rose, do you think we know how lucky we are?
I don't think so. I actually, when I was tourism manager, when I became tourism manager 9 years ago in Sedgefield, I remember giving a speech to people, and I said to people, you have to see what I see, because everything to me was so new. When you come to a place and it's new, you only see the most amazing things. You are still in awe of the sunsets, and you're still in awe of the clean water, and you're still in awe of the pristine forest, and you're still in awe of all those things. And then somewhere along the line, I think a lot of people get kind of carried away with I have the biggest say, and I am this, and I am this, and it's me, and let's sell this, and let's do this. They just get lost in their own lives. You might as well be in the middle of Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Some people still actually have, it's okay to sometimes just stand still for 5 minutes and take your shoes off and put your feet in the sand, go for a walk, breathe in the fresh air, and say, you know what, this is paradise. And I one of the other talks I gave to a bunch of kids when I spoke about being an adventure travel blogger, and they were like, "Where's the most amazing place you've ever traveled to?" And my answer to them was, "Home." It's it's crazy. I mean, it's, you come from anywhere in the world, and you cross over Dolphin Point, and there's crisp sunshine, and there's clean air, and there's no smog, and there's no millions of people, there's no millions of pieces of plastic around. People are conscious. You have to try and remind yourself to embrace it every single day, and remind yourself of what we actually have. I'm being very deep today, but I just feel it's very important.
No, I like it. It's very important, Rose. I think we must snap out of it, the everyday things that we're so sucked into. I know, we have to be sometimes, but just stop a bit. If you're listening right now, just stop and look around you here in the garden route and see what we've got. See it through a child's eyes. I think that's the best way to say it. And appreciate it. You don't know what you got till it's gone, as they say.
Absolutely. A friend of mine yesterday said, we are supposed to be human beings, not human doings.
Love it. That's so cool.
Just be sometimes.
That's
just
it.
Be, because, and it's like another dollar, another day kind of thing. You don't let life just pass and miss it all when you're supposed to be here to live it. Make time for yourself, your family, and your environment.
Brilliant. Rose, thank you so much, not only telling us about your favorite beaches, but also inspiring us with some very wise words. And we'll certainly, I'll keep to it, definitely. I'm pretty big on appreciating what's going on, and just, as I say, grounded. Ground yourself.
Yeah.
Come back. Because we get so caught up in our minds and, I have to pay those bills and all that kind of stuff. Just come back to the second, to this minute. What are you seeing? What are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's, I remember when I first moved, I thought, okay, I've always been very earthy, but I remember when I first moved down here and I lost everything. I lost my house, my possessions, my everything. And it's not the first time I've done it in my life. It's like the fifth time I've done it. Once being married, once coming back from South, and starting from with nothing. I have no debt. I have no fancy car, but I have no fancy house, but I have nothing. And sometimes to have less is actually having way more.
Yeah. You're so right. I love it. And I'm so proud of you, by the way. Look at you now. I love it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, thank you so much.
Rose, it's always good to talk to you. I look forward to next Tuesday at 2:00. And are you off to the beach now or not yet?
No, you're not yet. I've just got to edit some photographs for some clients and email them off. And then, I've just got to do a little bit more social media work. And then maybe I'll just go and do for a nice walk, or maybe, we'll see.
Awesome.
Don't plan too far ahead.
Yeah, just take it minute by minute, day by day. Rose, thank you so much. Until next week.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Take care. You too.
Cheers. Bye now.
Bye now.
That was a very, very nice chat with Travelbug Rose today. Remember, you can follow her on social media. One of my favorite people here in the Garden Route.